I'm Marianne, a first-year medical student at the UCF College of Medicine, and I'm here today to talk about one of the common myths about the COVID-19 vaccine. One of the myths of the COVID-19 vaccine is that they are not safe because long-term effects have not been tested. And this misinformation being spread is that the effects of the vaccine need to be studied for several years before it can be determined to be safe for human use. And this myth comes from our misunderstanding of the way vaccines work with our bodies. So before really digging into that myth, it seems important to address that thousands of trial vaccine recipients have been studied extremely closely for more than a year now, and between them, there are thousands of years of intensive follow-up for possible negative effects. Additionally, with very, very rare exceptions, there are no negative effects of the vaccine that could cause long-term damage to a person, and those few exceptions are likely in people prone to certain harmful conditions anyways, like venous thrombosis or Bell's palsy. Additionally, the COVID-19 disease is much more likely to cause those adverse effects than the vaccines. So, the concern in this myth is that there is something in the newly developed mRNA vaccines that is not studied enough and which could cause harm to people. The ingredients of mRNA vaccines pretty much go ethanol as the juice everything is floating in, a couple milligrams of some salts to preserve and stabilize everything, a milligram or two of microbubbles of oils/lipids to suspend the mRNA in, and a few micrograms of mRNA. As a reminder, 1 ml of water equals 1,000 milligrams equals 1 million micrograms. So ethanol, the same thing as drinking alcohol, is of course absolutely safe. The salts are well tested to be safe, are common additives in food and in the drug industries, and are only present in small amounts anyways. The oils, or lipids, are used commonly in all kinds of other biomedical formulations, never found in large quantities, but, we'll admit, potentially very bad for your liver in very large repeated doses. However, they have been extensively tested for decades in various trials, including Moderna's vaccine animal trials. So, lipids are very safe in the doses given. Your body is a lean, mean, lipid handling machine. mRNA is found everywhere in all living things, and is absolutely not dangerous, and is almost certainly going to be degraded within a day or two. So, if all those are safe, the only new things are the spike protein and the antibodies to the spike protein. So the spike protein you make in response to the mRNA. These spike proteins almost always stay attached to the cells that make them in your shoulder muscle. The little bit that does get into your blood is only there in real small amounts and leaves within a day or two. In fact, the amount of vaccinated people's blood has to be measured in picograms, which is 1 millionth of a microgram, which is 1 millionth of a gram. And number two, the antibodies you make in response to the spike protein. Those last for a very long time, though they do apparently start to wane in under 2 years. Hence, all the talk about the booster shots now. So these antibodies are the same ones produced in people who are infected with COVID-19, and so it is safe to assume that they cause no harm.